Hello and welcome to another episode of Let Loose with Moose. Today I have Arn here with me. Hello Arn, how are you?
Hey, hi, I'm good. Actually, I wanted to head on to a gym, but I recalled that we have this session with you, so I shall go to that later.
I'm sorry for holding you back, man.
No
Right.
problem.
So
Today I'm free. Yeah.
that's good. That's good to hear. All right. So maybe we can start with your self-introduction, your background, like how you got started into crypto.
Yes, I can. Yeah, so hi everyone. So you can just call me An. I think some people on Twitter just call me that, or you can call me Nox, which is my Telegram or Discord ID. So yeah, so just a brief introduction. So I did economics, and currently holding a 9 to 5 job. So that's quite boring, but I think it's essential for me to kind of build capital for that. I think also thank God that I have this job during the bear market. And doing crypto, I mean, part time. So after my 9 to 5, and doing that. So basically, just on Twitter, writing some threads, scrolling through, and keeping updated with the feeds. So sometimes, when I do see actually interesting feeds, I'll collect them and then put it into my Substack newsletter, which I'll publish weekly. So the contents are relating to crypto weekly highlights, and also occasionally when there are like macro updates, so I'll post them under the macro pulses in my trading on the edge Substack. Yeah, so that's
Nice.
basically what I usually do.
Nice. All right. So I will link your Substack down below later. So for those
Yeah.
who
Thanks,
are
thanks.
who are not sub yet, please go ahead and subscribe. So I'm actually quite curious, like you're like the hustle life, right? I mean, you work 9 to 5, then after that do crypto and all. So like, what got you into crypto?
Yes. I mean, so actually, I think I was quite late to the game. So I started sometime during the Own Fox season.
Ah,
So yeah, so I think that was also around the time where you got started as well. So sometime around Q3 of 2021. So
yes.
back then, yeah, correct. So back then, I think the whole concept was so new to me. I think the learning curve to just get started in DeFi was crazy steep. Actually, I think what most people will actually get started into crypto is to learn how to on and off ramp with fiat. So with the centralized exchanges and then transferring to self-custody wallets like MetaMask and all. But for me, I think I learned it in the opposite way. So I picked up DeFi first. So I learned what those own folks are about, what are the different chains and everything, and then working backwards as to then finding out how I can on and off ramp fiat, and
Mhm.
then bring those funds into DeFi. So yeah, so I think for me, I think DeFi is very interesting, and it's still constantly evolving.
Right.
So yeah, so back then I learned all those swaps, the different chains, how to bridge across those chains. I think itself was so overwhelming, and I
Right.
mean a token is really there, but why do we still need a receipt token and all that? And then also I think all the own forks come with some Lambo wealth generational APYs,
Right.
but
So like,
I lost everything anyway. So
oh, but
yeah.
I'm sure you're making it back now with your new knowledge found.
I mean, hoping to make more, but I think I'm not really making a lot because I'm still in a 9 to 5, so it's hard to put the focus into crypto. But going forward, I think that's something I want to continue pursuing something in Web3 crypto related. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I do see that you're already working with a project that we will touch on that later. Then you have your own Substack. I think it's something, right? You're
Yeah,
working towards something, which is good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Right.
mean, so okay, yeah. So definitely, I can share more about the project that I'm involved in a little while later. Yeah.
Right. We'll keep that for later on. So, how did you get started into like writing threads?
So I can share that also. So basically I'm not really an amazing writer. So I mean back in my uni days I really hate writing. So
Oh
those
my.
research paper, those projects, I mean but I think it was necessary, right? Back then, I mean, if not, there's nowhere else your professors can actually grade you, and there's nowhere else you can submit your work. But yeah, so how it got started. So but I'm also not really a social media person.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I started this Twitter as I got together with Parallax Finance, so which is also the project which
Mm-hmm.
I'm at. Um, so I actually started this because I mean, I'm with the project and there needs to be a face to the project, right? So kind of
Right.
like someone behind the project. So I basically created that just for that and slowly I began to enjoy trading. I began to churn out content for myself. Basically, if you see my Twitter account, it's really content for myself. And then coming across all these interesting Twitter feeds. And so I decided to come up with a weekly Substack, which also kind of channels back to my weekly threads. So I'll pin those weekly threads in my profile. So yeah, so that's basically how I got started with trading.
Right. I think that's very common. I mean, I've spoken to a few people as well, and they all got started just for like their own sake. They just wanted to post something that they're learning about, just to share what they're learning, or maybe they don't see answers to questions that they have, then they find it out on their own and then publish on Twitter, and that's how they got started. So it's very similar to what you just said.
Oh yes,
Right.
yeah, correct. So and also I think one of the few inspirations I got was from the. I mean, if you actually come across the Daily Degen
Right. Of
by
course.
Vector Madis, yeah,
Of course.
His daily newsletter, and also Lean's one. So I think those came across as a very good inspiration for me as to why I wanted to start a Substack and then eventually into trading. So yeah, so there are really great newsletters out there.
Right, right. I agree. I agree. Somehow Lin really has been appearing on every single session that I'm having with all the guests.
Oh yeah, I mean because I think she's recently also doing some NFT project. I think that's
Yes,
yeah,
the
that,
ZK Amurai.
yeah, correct. So that'll
Did you
be
get one?
no, I didn't get one. Did
Shit,
you
you
get one?
should. Yeah, luckily I did get one. Yeah.
Oh
But
yeah,
that is besides the point. But she has plans for it. That's all I'll say. She has plans for that project.
yeah. Of course. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, definitely.
Right, right. And also I want to touch on the topic that you actually post a lot about macro, I think quite recently only, right? So
Yeah,
it does that got to
correct.
do with your background on economics, like you mentioned earlier?
I mean, yes and also no. So, my background of economics actually did give me some insight as to, I mean, how the market behaves, the kind of like micro and macro stuff and all that. But those were quite academic and quite mathy. So, I mean, so back then, even in my studying days, I didn't think of how that would actually come to become useful and relate that into the real markets. I mean, economics goes beyond just demand and supply. So, I mean, everyone pretty knows a lot about that. But the real macro markets, they're on another level. So there are quite a lot of different variables. So I only recently begun looking into all this macro stuff because um,
Mm-hmm.
also to really want to bring more value into the content and also Substack that I had. So I felt that weekly crypto highlights wasn't enough because the macro markets also kind of shapes how the crypto market moves. So which I think is also a good reflection for myself and also for my readers on what the market has happened and what could also be happening. Yeah. So, and also I think for myself and also the project that I'm with, so they're always looking for the best time that they want to launch and also do a public sale. So, the best time is of course when the market has money. So that's when the printing seasons begin, and also when the market is becoming more rosy. So I mean, so everything all kinds of ties together. So yeah, so which is why I'm also looking at the macro and I think Recto Medis also kind of inspired me.
Uh-huh.
Fabian also, so they
Uh-huh.
really post quite good macro stuff. So I thought I could just learn a bit from
Right,
them
right.
and then internalize, and then I can share my insights.
Right, right. And usually I'll ask this question later on, but I think since you touched on the topic, I want to hear about your thoughts about the markets for the year. Like, I mean, it can be with your macro insights or anything.
Okay. I mean, so if you mean macro, I mean, there's also the crypto aspect. I mean, so
Yeah,
for the
she does with both,
macro,
man.
yeah. So for the macro stuff, I mean, I'm not the best, but I'll just throw out what I think. So
Yeah.
I was also actually just recently doing up a thread about top 10 kind of trends that we would see in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't released that, but maybe I'll just share a little bit here.
Oh,
So
nice.
I mean, this is not alpha, but yeah, yeah, but I mean, so if we actually saw that the rate hikes last year, so usually hikes actually come with a lag, and then markets only felt it recently. So as we see how the bank actually suffered from all these hikes, and then it caused a lot of damage to all these financial institutions. So I think the Fed here would be more careful with any sort of rate adjustments, but at the same time, the Fed also wants to keep in mind that we need to be on track to hit their inflation's targets of 2 to 3%. So right now we are at about, I think, 5. So which I would think it will be a little bit hard for us to eventually hit 2 or 3% before we see another next hikes in inflation. So I think going forward, at least even beyond 2023, we can see shorter business cycles, and the market might really be more rosy at least in 2024. I mean, that's just what I feel. So it may not be what the
Yeah, of
experts
course.
say, but yeah.
So you feel like we will be kind of sideways for the rest of the year before we go upwards in 2024, or
Yeah,
what's
so I
the
mean, yeah, definitely. So I think it's hard to say for now, but I think we might we might just get a little bit rosy at least for this couple of months, and then
yeah, we have
then
been, right?
yeah, yeah,
Especially
yeah,
right now, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, because of also the recent data releases, and also I think we could be looking a little bit rosy for now, but I mean, as long as going down the line into the coming months, I wouldn't be sure how that would play out. So you have to really keep on track, looking at the other macro data releases. So I'll be keeping a close eye on that.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And I want to touch also on just out of my own curiosity. Are you more like of the buy and hold based on fundamentals guy, or like do you go after yields, or
Oh
what do you
yeah,
normally
yeah.
do?
So I'm not really a yield person. So I'm more of the. I mean, I would probably say more of buy and hold, and as well as also the buy for the pumps. So
Right.
definitely, I'm looking at coins that, or even tokens that, I mean, that also have short-term catalysts and also longer-term fundamental holds. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So normally like you don't go for farms and all that kind of
No,
stuff.
no.
Right, right.
Normally, I don't go. Yeah, because I think to really monitor these farms, it takes a lot of work, and
Yeah,
even my
it does. It does.
yeah,
Some people are good
and
at it.
yeah, I think CJ did well. I think yeah, CJ is a yield farmer
He
himself.
is. He is.
Yeah,
Definitely is. All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Go ahead.
how about yourself?
Myself,
Yeah.
I kind of half lah, because like what CJ mentioned last time, right? Because the yield farming, it's not very effective if your bag isn't like of a huge size, and I
Yeah.
feel like my bag isn't lah. Then so I do kind of a mix. So usually it will be buying the tokens, and then like tokens that I want to accumulate, and then I will like so called farm them as well. Like since I'm already holding them, I put them to use instead of just sitting in the wallet. That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like,
Okay. True, true.
yeah, but I've been
Yeah.
hearing how good it's been flipping some good Ponzi's on some chains. So considering that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely. So that's also another route that you can think of. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And also I want to ask, like, what is your research process or the framework into buying tokens?
Okay. So at least for because I don't really. I mean, I'm not really a very kind of organized person, so I don't really have a good research process per se, but because and also really depends on the objective here, whether you are looking to whether you're as a VC looking to invest in seed, whether you're just buying the tokens for quick pumps, for fundamentals, or even for U farms. I think they could be. I mean, they could each entail different things that to look out for. But generally, I would first, at least for myself, I'll look at say narratives. So which is probably one of the key ones for me. So follow the narratives, and that's where you kind of follow where the smart money goes, right? So we have seen, I think, the up season, the Arbitrum season, the LSDs doing really well, and then so I think looking at all these narratives and then trying to catch those that could be coming. I think that's something that I would want to actually catch on early. And then finding also catalysts about, say, a certain token, whether is anyone talking about it, and whether it has good tokenomics, and whether it has any sort of incentives. So, example, I think with the optimism or even the Arbitrum incentives, I think we can see some project really gaining a lot of traction, and their token prices are doing quite well. And I would also pop by into some of my Discord groups, and then to see if people are feeling anything positive about them. So just really kind of sentiment check, and then of course I've been then also looking at the fundamentals, whether it's a good project, the team, and then whether they have been constantly shipping, or it's just all talk and then nothing's done. Yeah.
Right,
So
nice.
so that's generally my thought process, but I don't think this is really a strict framework per se. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no right or wrong in this. Everyone has their own set of so-called rules or framework to go by into tokens. So, just out of curiosity for myself, I ask this with every guest just to hear people's thoughts. Maybe like can compare across different people, and we can learn from everyone as well.
Yeah,
So
of course,
yeah, I think for you, narratives is quite the so-called more priority thing,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
going after narrative. So let's touch a bit on that. Shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Right. Like being for narratives, right? You have to always think ahead, that kind of thing. Like for this Shanghai, people were positioning in like LSD, LSD5, and then some were in like the rebel assets kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
any future narratives that you think are coming up that you are trying to position yourself into?
Future narratives. Let me see. I think the gaming side would catch some traction, but that may take a little while later, because I think right now the gaming side is still rather quiet. But I do see some projects that are really upcoming, and there could be a shift back to where all this gaming stuff has started, because I mean all this is just a cycle. So
Right.
the old narratives die, and then the new one comes up, and then back again the old narratives will get revived again. So I feel that the next one would be more towards Web3 gaming, and
Interesting.
yeah, so probably more projects would try to gamify some of that stuff. So something interesting would be Sparta deck. So
Ah,
yeah. So I mean, probably you might have also noticed, but they are doing quite. They have done a lot of gamification with regarding to the deck. So yeah, I mean, going forward, that could be a narrative that I'll be looking out for. But I mean, it's still early to say, right?
right. Like, did you try their testnet for Sparta decks?
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't
No.
get a
Right.
chance to. Yeah,
Kind
but I
of,
got
kind
an
of. Sorry. I got
I
NFT.
got an yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I tried a bit for a while. It's kind of like the Age of Empires kind of feel for me lah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, because the last game I played was Maple Story.
Oh, okay, that's a
Yeah,
classic,
it was a very long one ago. Yeah, so
classic,
ever since I
classic.
started working, I think I didn't really have the time to play.
I see, I see. Right, then any other interesting sectors that you're looking at, like besides this game five narrative that you think might come up soon?
Yeah, so um, well, I'm not too familiar with with the chain stuff, but I think there could be a little rotation towards the blockchains, the networks, layer one, layer twos. So we see that. I think over the past few weeks, I think ZK Sync has gotten quite a fair bit of TVL, and then
Yes.
also there's this Sui
Oh,
community sale. I mean, no airdrop.
yeah, sweet.
I mean, kind of strange, but yeah. Then also following suit, um, all the other chains also announced, and also some rumors floating around about their airdrops, like Layer Zero,
Right.
say Aptos and whatever. So I think there could be. I mean, the narratives could just run back again to all these blockchains, networks. Yeah,
Back to layer one season again, like that kind,
yeah,
like when
yeah.
Solana, Avex, and Phantom kind of run.
Yeah, so I just feel that these might just come back up again because because people feel all these airdrop farmers they are back into all this, and then people see TVL, and then this is just a cycle, then it just goes back again. So
Yeah, I think
yeah,
quite a few people are quite pissed off with the Sui airdrop thing.
yeah, I was quite sad. I mean, you have to join before you have to be in that Discord before February. Now I'm
February,
like,
yeah,
huh? Like what?
right.
Why? But
Like so,
okay,
so
whatever.
do you farm a lot of airdrops as well, like for the
No, no, no,
the
I
nets
didn't.
that you just mentioned?
No, no, I didn't.
No,
I
not
didn't.
trying.
Yeah, I'm not an airdrop farmer.
Man, it's free money. You're rejecting free
Yeah,
money.
I mean, if I'm using the chain, then then it comes along
Right,
with
like
the usage.
Arbitrum.
Then I think, yeah, yeah. Then I think it's
Good.
not too bad. But I
Yeah,
don't purposely farm
like
for
for
that.
the sake of it lah.
Yeah, but I
Right.
do see some people do that, and they're telling me that's very lucrative. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if you have the time, there's no harm trying to go a few clicks here and there, bridge some funds over that kind. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but
So
I mean,
are
it's
you doing
totally
that?
for some of them, yes. Like I bridged a
Okay.
bit over to ZK Sync.
Yeah.
Think gonna try the Eigen layer as well, the testnet.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't. Yeah.
that's quite new
Yeah.
as well. But I think
Yeah. Yeah.
ZK
I think.
Sync still have some time.
Yeah.
Like probably not so rush.
Yeah. Yeah. ZK Sync probably not so rush. Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
the Eptos and stuff I didn't really try. I think I wanted to try. I can't remember whether it was Sui or Eptos. Like it was quite buggy. I gave up after a while.
Oh, but actually for Aptos, I'm hearing that whenever there's kind of like a big event, the networks become laggy. I mean, it
Yeah.
sound like Solana, but I don't.
Yeah. Solana 2.0.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Right, and let's touch on your project that you're working on. You want to share the name? What's your role there? What does the protocol do?
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, I can share. So, basically, I'm the project lead with Parallax Finance. So, basically, what I do is all the non-development stuff. So, I do trading for them, writing, do the documentation, outreach. So, along with my teammate, all those who also supports the team too. So, I mean, we all kind of work hand in hand, and we don't really have kind of a fixed scope because um we just help out wherever we can.
Mm-hmm.
So I can share about this. So it's a project called Parallax Finance. So basically Parallax aims to provide the kind of liquidity infrastructure that would help DeFi users, DAOs, and also our partnering protocols to generate yield on the Arbitrum. So that was what we first started on, and then later on, we decided that we wanted to build on ZK Sync because we really see that TVL is gaining and a lot of projects are going onto there. So we don't want to miss the hype train.
Mm-hmm.
So Initially, what we wanted to build was an e-optimizer for for the native Arbitrum protocols, but we have expanded to include core core product offerings. So that's basically because we think that just by being a U optimizer, it wouldn't be attractive and it wouldn't work out too well. So we wanted to we really wanted to value add to the ecosystem, and so our product stacks actually split into. So the first one we called it Orbital. It's called the e-optimizer. So you can think of it as like something like how Beefy would work. So basically, we use an auto compounding function
Mm-hmm.
to generate higher returns for depositors of LP tokens. And the second one is Andromeda. So this is where users can actually earn multivariate yields from both um, our blue chip vaults and also our degen vaults. So you can think of Andromeda as something like a combination of several LP strategies into one, and users here can decide to become to decide to deposit or even create their own strategy, and Parallax will build that for you. And the third one is actually we call it Supernova. So that's basically our LSD5 products. So we earn recursive yields through borrowing and then staking them and then earning on all this earning yields through by borrowing against all your assets.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one is called Black Hole. So that's our protocol owned liquidity marketplace. So allowing anyone to create like Ohm style bonds and for any kind of token pair. So that's basically our offering. Yeah.
Right. And for our listeners, I just want to disclose this is not sponsored. Like there's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of
This is not
controversial over sponsorship, like disclosing sponsorships right now. This is not sponsored. Just happen to want to share about this project that he's working on. I'm interrupting your listening experience to bring you my first sponsor for this podcast. I would like to thank Kronos for sponsoring this episode. Kronos is a VE33 DEX on Arbitrum that combines the best features of its predecessors such as Solidly and Thena to drive liquidity to pairs. Kronos is the first VE33 DEX to include mechanisms of maturity adjusted positions, and they show great potential partnering with over 20 well-established protocols even before launch. Check out Kronos now. Back to the episode. Right, and I have a
sponsored.
question. So this is, you mentioned like a liquidity infrastructure, right? And you're on
Yeah.
Arbitrum and want to go onto ZK Sync as well. Will it be um like it's only for the chain itself, like for Arbitrum liquidity, and then ZK Sync has their separate liquidity, or like it's gonna be
Yes.
a shared?
Yes. No, they don't share it. They are separate. Yeah. So for
Okay.
Arbitrum, we'll just partner up with Arbitrum LP pools, and then for ZK Sync, we'll have its own ZK Sync separate strategies. So they are basically different. Yeah.
Right, okay. And when is this launching, by the way?
You want to buy in? Yeah.
No.
Anyway, TG, we are planning for sales sometime end of May to early June. Yeah. So right now we are still gathering. I mean, we're still doing our marketing. We're ramping up marketing efforts, getting in touch with partners. Yeah.
Right. Testnet now as well, right?
Oh yes.
Right. Is it incentivized with a
Yes.
special
Yes.
A word?
Yes. It's incentivized. Do you want to
Nah.
farm? Do you farm some airdrops?
Maybe the listeners want to farm. I don't know.
I mean, if that's alpha for them, then yeah,
I don't
yeah, they
know.
might.
Right. I want to ask, why did you choose to join Parallax? Like, is there any particular reason that made you
Oh,
want to join Parallax out of so many projects?
yeah. So actually, I was with the founder when I was sometime in early 2022. So I was so back then I was doing more research work, so more of a research analyst. So looking at early stage projects for investments. But then afterwards, the team decided that they wanted to build their own project. So I was onboarded to actually help them out. So I was thinking like, why not? And
Mm-hmm.
the founders themselves, they have launched quite good projects before. I think they are really capable people of delivering stuff. And also we have a good dev team. So yeah, so why not?
Oh, interesting. Could you share, like you said, some other projects before?
Ah, no, I cannot share.
No, oh
Yeah,
shit.
because
Okay.
the founders don't want to be doxed. So yeah, so we just keep it
Okay.
as that.
All right. That's very interesting. I mean, it's always nice to hear about the new protocol and what they're building, especially if it's something unique to so-called grow in the space, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's kind of the first for me to actually work alongside a protocol like that because it's so decentralized and quite fun, I would say.
So, any thoughts of moving to full-time crypto anytime soon?
Yeah, actually,
Oh, really?
quite. Yeah, I was really thinking of moving to the Web3 stuff because I there's so much things going on and I'm like neglecting the crypto space. So yeah, so I wanted to put in more effort there and say goodbye to my Web2 life.
Right. It's always better on the other side. I mean, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I'm not full-time in this space yet, but seems like a good deal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you get to meet people. I mean, so basically, Web3, I find that things are more. You're pretty much in control of the things that you do, and not really based on like because I mean in Web2 I feel that the rewards that you get in return, it's out of your time and not so much of your effort. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you work like 2 years, or then you will get say a promotion or something. But I mean, in Web3 space, it's a really different. It's kind of more effort based. It's more really it's really up to you on how you want to really develop and skill yourself. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. And I'm sorry, I have one more question about Parallax. Like,
yeah. Go
so
ahead.
you
Go ahead.
mentioned Arbitrum and ZK Sync, right? Like,
Yeah.
any other thoughts to expand to other chains or like maybe layer zero? I think it'd be quite
Yeah,
interesting if you can do like a so-called shared liquidity layer. I think that'd be very cool.
so actually but don't quote me on that. So the
Mm-hmm.
team is definitely keen to move on to layer zero. So I've actually brought this idea up to them a couple of weeks ago, and they were pretty okay with wanting to be on layer zero. So b- that's something we would surely want to get on, but also we also have to keep in mind because there are so many things that we want to build, like, and also all the partnership integrations and everything. So but we only have this much amount of developers and our resources, so we need to kind of think on how we want to allocate our resources more
Mm.
effectively, and also because we are approaching launch, and we might not want to stretch ourselves too thin by developing on so many different chains for now. But yeah, definitely in the future, we will definitely want to expand across the different chains.
Mm-hmm. And can I ask, like, what's the unique selling point for this Parallax Finance? Like, you guys are doing four products, right? Like compounder, the U vaults, um, like borrowing, which is like kind of already in the market. Like, what's the unique thing that makes you guys stand out from the rest?
Yeah, yeah. So actually, so for ourselves, what we feel that could be interesting is our second product, so which is called Andromeda. So that's basically and index, and you can think of it as like an index strategy where a couple of strategies come together into one vault. And going forward, of course, we want to expand this use case further, but don't quote me on that first. So
Okay.
we yeah. So definitely we want to make it into something more composable, in a sense where users can actually create their own strategies, create their own index strategies themselves, and able to choose the kind of the we will choose a kind of different portfolio allocations into all these kind of different strategies. So it really kinds of help them with yield farming, as you would say. Yeah.
Okay.
So really, really becoming like really friendly, easy to use kind of thing for everybody.
Okay, okay. And I'm looking at the docs, right? There's for the Andromeda, there's this
Oh yeah.
graphic like deposit any token, deposit the vault asset, and then Andromeda, like into Andromeda, and then you guys stake the tokens like GMX and all, and then the users will receive like Ethereum and stuff. So is it like if I deposit any token and then I still earn the yields from all the other vaults as well? Like let's say if I only so-called deposit GMX, and then do I still earn yields from other vaults like other strategies just because we're all shared in this Andromeda vault?
Oh yeah. So say when you deposit GMX and our strategy will split it based on the allocation. So for instance, it's like one third, one third, one third into three different strategies in that one vault. So you would still earn yields on the other different strategies. So based on the portfolio, based on the kind of index, based on how the index actually allocate your funds. Yeah.
All right, okay. Interesting, interesting. So like it is the rewards are dependent on how much like percent of share you own of the whole Andromeda pool, is it?
Mm,
And then
mm,
like
mm.
the rewards are shared accordingly to the weightage.
Yes, correct, correct. Yep.
Okay, okay. And I see that there's a V2 leverage borrowing lending as well
Yeah, so when it's
built on
like
top of that.
V2, yeah, you can take leverage and your yields will become more juicy, I guess.
Okay, okay. I don't want to turn this into like a protocol interview. The
Yeah,
focus should
yeah.
be on yourself, right? Then let's hear some of your goals for let's say for yourself, for your Twitter account. Can be even like out of crypto as well. What are your goals? Like
Oh
you
yeah.
mentioned going full time into crypto is one of them. Yeah, so let's
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
from you.
So yeah, definitely. So I think that's really my biggest one, but also in the space, I hope to make some meaningful connections. So join more DAOs.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where all the alpha is, and then get to attend all these crypto events. That's something. It's kind of like a dream for me because I haven't gone on to all these crypto
Ah,
events before. I think there's a couple of them going on right now. There's
Eve
this,
Tokyo.
yeah, there's this Eat Tokyo and there's another one in Hong Kong.
I think
So,
Hong Kong one was over already. Then they all moved from Hong Kong to Japan
oh
or
yeah,
something.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Then
So it's gonna be pretty exciting if I can. I mean, if I can like get to meet all these people from all these
mhm,
events. Yeah. Then of course my last goal would be for Parallax Finance to do better and for everyone, so such that it becomes like a bigger name and everyone gets to really know of it.
right, nice. And like anything about your own Twitter account or like your
Oh,
Substack, anything?
oh, Twitter account. I mean, Twitter account. I mean, I don't really have any goals for that. It's just a
Just
space for me to
right.
post
Just
stuff.
just churn
Yeah,
out and gain traction organically.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, distraction somehow they will come back they'll come back into funneling something else. So, uh,
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know what would that be because I mean, because it's an organic flow. I mean, it can funnel back into Substack, Substack can funnel back into Twitter. But I mean, Twitter kind of banned the links embed for Substack. So,
I think it's
uh,
back already after a few days.
no, leh. Actually,
No?
yeah. Actually, it isn't back. I'm still facing the same problem when I'm doing my Substack, but there's a workaround. So I'll
Oh,
just do a screenshot and yeah, and then put a link,
right.
and then
Code
yeah,
retweet.
yeah. But
Right. Okay, okay, right. And maybe let's hear a bit about your typical day. I mean, you mentioned the 9 to 5, and then, but yeah,
oh
let's hear
yeah.
it from you.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So basically, I start off my day. Um, I mean, it's quite boring going to work. So for the 9 to 5, and then after work, I would go for an exercise. Could be running, could be not so much swimming, but maybe gymming. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards, dinner, and then back to doing my crypto stuff. So crypto stuff can be threading. So sometimes I read threads about protocols, and
Mm-hmm.
some of them are actually sponsored. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, and doing up my Substack. So as and when there are like macro events, or something to update, then I would make a post about on the macro side, and then doing up, and then and then on the project stuff. So doing outreach, maintaining the docs,
Mm-hmm.
doing more writing for Parallax Finance, because most of the
The dog's
so
by you.
most of the docs are by myself, by the founder. I mean, we all work hand in hand,
Mm-hmm.
and then some of the Medium articles is also done by me. So
Right, nice, nice.
basically a lot of life in writing, and
Now we know. And you mentioned you hate writing last time back in school.
yeah, I didn't really like writing, but I mean now it's different. Now it's fun. I think I mean, it really depends on the topic that you enjoy, lah. So if you enjoy like crypto and you write about crypto stuff, that will make your life a little more bearable, right?
Right. Yeah, of course. When you enjoy something, it doesn't feel like a chore, right? And you
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah,
doing it.
yeah.
Right. I mean, I hear the routine. I think it's all right. And everyone comes on and says that their routine is boring, but actually it sounds okay. Every time I hear them, it's like you get exercise in, you get your work done, then you get your crypto after that as well. Like, quite
Yeah,
hardworking people, right? All of you.
yeah. I mean, the exercise is kind of like I mean, I make it a must for me to do at
Hmm.
least like at least 6 times a week, or
Wow.
at best 7.
Wow. You must
So,
be extremely fit.
oh no, 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 certainly not.
Like all the CT gym bros, like Rack Meal there, the kind, right? Have you seen him?
Oh, but I don't know if that's him or it's just or if
I
it's
think
just
I think
another.
so. That guy is Jack. It's crazy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
I
so. I think
mean,
so. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But if I'm full time crypto, then I'll have more time to do my exercising.
Right. More control of your own time, right? Flexibility, which I think
Yeah,
is
correct.
very important for myself to be flexible.
Yeah, I mean, right now you are pretty flexible, I guess.
Yeah, I am, which is a good thing. I hope it stays that way for a bit longer. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, what some of the hobbies that you have like outside of your work
Oh, okay. So ever
besides
since I start,
exercising, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, definitely. So I mean, ever since I started crypto, I kind of like sacrifice a little bit on the social life. So
Oh
I said,
shit.
goodbye, friends. I cannot
Oh
make it. I
shit.
cannot make it. But yeah, but of course, I mean, I do still make some time for them. I mean, for like birthday celebrations, all this. So yeah. And aside from all this, really, it's a lot on. I mean, I would say crypto really, and sometimes badminton. So
Ooh, nice.
once in a while, because the badminton courts here are they're so hard to get.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
use the public ones?
yeah. I used the public ones. Have you not used it?
I don't play badminton much. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
In
yeah.
fact, yeah, never like after I got out of school. Like used to only play during school time, like during the PE lessons, that kind of stuff, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Not
Oh
much of a
no, okay,
badminton person.
okay. You should go.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Right.
Beyond that, yeah. So I'm like a watch lover, watch collector. You
Ooh,
would say, yeah.
that's very interesting.
That's where I'm wasting a lot of my money on, and I've stopped already. So
No lah, it's not a waste money, right?
yeah.
I think I've seen that it has been retaining value or even increasing in value quite well.
Yeah, but if you,
Like as a
I mean,
whole lah.
yeah, I mean, as a hobby, it's one of the better hobbies, I would say, because it holds value. But aside that, it's not a good place for investment.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you enjoy that, there are people. I have a few friends, and even myself. I do like. I mean, I'm not a super huge nerd into watches, or not yet. So if you give me all the terminologies, and all I won't understand. But I just like enjoy looking into, getting to know more about watches, and I hope to collect them someday as well.
Oh yes, pretty sure you
Yeah,
would one day. Yeah.
yeah. So like, what's your, what's like your favorite brand, I guess, or like,
Oh,
uh,
favorite brands. I mean, oh, it's a typical one. You don't want to hear it.
does it start with R?
It's yes. I think it's Rolex. I think Omega's not too bad.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah. And Sin, I think it's a German brand,
Ooh,
SINN.
ooh, okay.
So
I've not heard of
yeah,
that. But
yeah. I
it's
mean,
just me. I'm not knowledgeable in this.
yeah, no problem. So I mean, maybe I'll just shield you their selling point. So
Yeah,
they
we'll
use
take a look
yeah,
later.
Yeah, so they use submarine steel in their watches, and it's very resistant to scratches. And no matter how much you try to destroy them, it's still looking
Indestructible.
quite. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's still looking quite new. So I've got one, and apparently, I think the owner didn't quite take good care of it, but it's still looking very very good.
Ooh, I think that would be very useful for me. Sometimes I'm not very careful and I might smash my wrist against the wall or something, which is not
Yeah,
very
yeah,
good for my watches, right? I get a
yeah.
lot of
I mean,
scratches on them.
yeah, a scratch or a ding would take away, I think, a few $100
Yeah,
off the
yeah,
value
heart
if
pain.
it's like a Rolex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to be extremely careful when I get to wear these luxury watches.
Yes,
Yeah.
which I hardly wear them because they are too precious, so I just keep them instead.
Just admire once in a while.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just for myself to
yeah,
admire.
but I think it's nice lah, and it's a good. I think it's a good accessory for a guy, in my opinion. It's quite nice.
Yeah,
Like women,
actually,
you have the
yeah,
rings, necklaces, and bags. All for guys, I think a watch is pretty nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, I mean, it's probably the only accessory that's available to guys.
Okay,
One of the rare accessories that are only available to guys because guys
yeah,
don't really have much accessories, and yeah, watch is probably one of theirs.
yeah, yeah. Nowadays we see more the younger generation start to wear a lot more accessories lah. But I think a nice suit and a watch wouldn't go wrong. It's like class,
Oh, of course, of course.
right? And yeah, so like any other hobbies outside of that, like sports? Do you do like reading?
What? Reading. Actually, I'm not really a reader because when I read, I'll go to sleep. So I can't read.
Yeah, how do you read your own writings?
But Twitter's different. I don't know why. When I read Twitter, I don't fall asleep.
Oh, short form,
Yeah.
like short attention span, right? Because it's in a short
Uh,
paragraph.
Oops. Yeah. Exposed. Yeah.
Maybe,
Short.
maybe.
Yeah.
But
Correct.
it's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, everyone has a short attention span nowadays. Everyone scrolling TikTok, like, it's wasting so much hours.
Oh, but TikTok. I mean, I don't understand the value proposition of TikTok. Oh
There
God.
isn't. There isn't.
Oh God.
The entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, but it's I mean to think about it, it's
It's
TikTok is
addictive.
really good for it's really good for addictive and good for business to do their marketing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean it's kind of a silly platform, but it works so well.
Yeah, I think I actually saw a video quite some time back about this guy who saw a product and like on TikTok or something, and then he realized that it's a new product that people have not started selling yet. So he went to get that same product from like those Taobao or like Alibaba suppliers, and then sell that same product back, and he earned quite a good sum just from that. Like literally
Oh,
just from being early, but selling a very common product, that kind of stuff. I can't remember the
oh,
product, like maybe like yeah,
is it
but
like a
it's a
usable?
usable thing. So like I don't know, it's not a comb, but something that you can use. Yeah. Yeah. So you just like
Okay,
you just
okay.
get that same thing, then made like this Shopify store, that kind of stuff, then like run ads on TikTok or something like that. And then boom, free money.
Oh wow, wow.
Yeah. So
Okay, so I mean first mover advantage, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I think it's a good I think marketing platform as well nowadays. Like people do sponsored videos on TikTok as well for certain products. I think the ROI
Hmm.
might be quite good there. I mean, I wouldn't know. I haven't tried, but seems like a lot of people are doing it. And because TikTok is like the most popular app now, right? Social media app. A lot of eyeballs are on it. So like
Yeah, but
greater reach as well.
yeah, yeah, correct. I mean, I haven't used TikTok myself either because I mean, Twitter's really taking like half of my life. I don't have another half to dedicate to TikTok.
All right, all right. Okay, okay. I mean, it's almost an hour. Let's wrap this up soon. So let us hear your biggest lesson or your biggest takeaway from crypto.
So I guess my biggest takeaway from crypto is really to be disciplined. So as much as I like to collect all these insightful Twitter feeds, but it's sometimes quite a chore for me to put it up to Substack because I mean I would take probably like half of the day trying to organize all those information and then putting it out onto my Substack for the weekly highlights. So that itself, I think it's a quite a good takeaway for myself and also learning because it's not often that you're enjoying something that you're doing, but also trying to kind of stick to that kind of schedule, and then even though it's like taking up a lot of time. And regarding, I think more towards buying and selling of tokens, I think for myself it would really be more to take more convicted trades, read up more, and then really understanding more about the protocol, and then not to ape blindly based on what others says. Yeah,
All right, I think that's very important. I mean, being disciplined is definitely a good one, right? It always helps to be disciplined. I think being in this space does train you not to be try to be disciplined, sorry. Because like you
yeah,
see
yeah,
a lot of times
correct.
people eat this coin left and right and they make like a 5x, 10x in one day and like makes you kind of FOMO and want to ape in as well. I don't know if you do that. Ape the
Oh,
shit coins.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
definitely I have done that, but
Yeah.
I hope I'm not doing it.
I'm guilty as well. I mean, sometimes they are a good good trade. Sometimes they're not. But yeah, it's fun. But yeah, lah, just a small allocation for my gambling needs, I guess.
Gambling addicts.
We all are.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
whoever is here, we are all gambling addicts. But
yeah. Nothing wrong with being the gambling. Not being an addict, but nothing wrong with liking to gamble.
yeah, 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 definitely. I mean, if gambling makes you money, there's nothing wrong.
Yeah, not endorsing gambling here. Not don't get the wrong message, but I admit that I'm a bit of a gambler. I mean, we all are in this space, right? Gambling to make it.
Yeah, gambling to make it okay.
Yeah.
A new trend now.
I don't know. I don't know if this is a trend, but yeah. All right. So anything else that you want to add that we have not touched on that you want to like to add on or anything? Yeah. What about yourself? About Parallax? Anything?
Uh, no, no,
No?
nothing much of myself. Yeah, I don't want to make this like a shield session, but
Yeah, no worry, man. All right. And I'm making this a thing where you have to nominate people who you like to see come on this pod as well. Could you give me some names? Minimum one, maximum, let's cap it at three.
oh, minimum. I think I have a long list, but let's keep it at three.
Yeah, let's keep it
I
at the
mean,
top three. And don't
yeah.
say Lin, please. Don't say Lin. Thank you.
Oh, because has everyone been saying
Yeah,
Lin?
I'm gonna ban her name from appearing in this recommendation already.
Yeah. Oh, maybe you can try Rec. I mean,
Ragmil Des.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Okay, that's a good one.
yeah. I really love him, man. Slap. Have you heard of him? Slap Jake.
Yeah, Slap Jake. All right.
Yeah. Then maybe the third person is Tulam Bro.
Oh, okay. I saw Tulan Bro, the guy with the sheep PFP.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
Yeah,
the the, the ship guy.
yeah.
Quite. They're all very nice dude. But I mean, I have more. But if you wanted three names, I think I could only
Okay,
give you
okay.
these.
I'll let you have two more then, just for you.
Oh, okay, okay. Special. Okay, you can try Shin Chan.
Oh, yeah. He's known for the Chinese threads, right? Like he does both English and
Yeah,
Chinese, I think.
yeah. He does both. He does both. So I think he's quite a. I don't know whether it's a he or she, but
We'll find out.
okay. One more. I think you can try Shiro, Crypto Shiro.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah,
they all write very good stuff. I like.
yeah.
I think I've seen Slapjack. The most recent one is kind of like on Vina's fusion tech, which is good. Shows my
Uh,
bags.
the backs.
Yeah, just kidding, just kidding. Right. Okay, so we have let's recap. Ragnar Dash, Slapjack, the two Lamb Bro, is it Lamb 2 Bro? And then Crayon Shinchan and Crypto Shiro.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I will keep that in mind and we will see if they want to pop on. I hope they do. It'll be fun. Maybe I can do like a Chinese episode or something with Shinchan. I don't know. I don't know if my Chinese can make it to host an entire episode in Chinese, but we'll see what we can come up with that. And thank you so much for coming up for this and thank you for your time.
Oh, no problem. I think thanks to you as well.
It's nothing. Just trying to get to know more people in this space. I think it's a lot of fun to chat and to hear people's like origin stories, right? And thank you
Mm.
for my listeners for tuning in as well. Right, thank you. I will link everything down below Arndt's Twitter, the Parallax, so, and of course your Substack.
Oh
All
yes, and
right.
also
Yeah.
please subscribe to Let Loose with Moose.
Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Yes, please shoe yourself as well.
Nah. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye
All right,
bye.
see ya. Bye.